Hey, welcome back. This is Pat at Maendeleolab. So we'll go over the concept of prefix lists, why we use them, and why you should use them. We'll clone the repository. We'll deploy prefix list. We'll verify that they're there. Then we'll delete to make sure that the script can create and delete. What is prefix list? Let's talk about that for a second. A prefix list is pretty much like an object in which you can store values, and those values can be IP address or subnet range. It looks like this, very simple. So you create an object named the prefix list. You can call it a VPC account. This could be all your VPC accounts, and you have different VPCs doing different things, and each have a different subnet range. So you can name those prefix lists accordingly, and just have to keep it simple. But inside those prefix lists, you'll store the value of the subnet range or IP address. You can create a prefix list for the internet, and this is maybe to go out to specific routes on the internet, just as you would have prefix lists to on premises, to your data center, or to partners networks. And it's very simple how it works. You'll see it, but that's the idea. And this is what a prefix list is. Now, what is the benefit of using prefix lists? One of the things is you can reference a prefix list in your routing, like in your route tables, when you use a security group, and also on AWS network firewall rules. So if you are using the AWS network firewall, the rules that you are creating, you can reference a prefix list. And hopefully this is making sense. And this is why, and this is one of my main reasons, is to simplify network scaling. It is there, this document, I will have it in the description. You should be able to have a link to this. And this is really one of my favorite reasons of using prefix list. There are many reasons on this page, and this is great article and definitely delivered by these fellas. So good job, guys. For us, for the purpose of this tutorial, we are going to deploy prefix list using scripting. So here we are on GitHub. You also have a link to this in the description there. But we are on GitHub, and this is where I have Maendeleolab _ prefix list. We have prerequisites. Always make sure that you understand the prerequisites. If this is your first time, you definitely have to watch this. Make sure you do this. Go back on some of the contents and make sure you're familiar with the process. Dependencies, this means that you must have this module, Maendeleolab _ subnet, at the same location as this particular script. So they have to be together because they work together. So you need to have this if you are going to use this. All right, now it's time to get some work done. Before I do this, there's one thing I want to do. Let's go over the actual script. Let's do that first, and then we'll deploy it. Here we are. This is the script using Python. Very simple. I have a list defining my regions. US East 1 and US West 2 is where we are, deploying things. You can add more regions. And here I have a for loop. I'm defining a prefix list. The very first one, very clear there. I'm defining network dev1 pub _ public. So I'm creating the prefix list. This I am calling to get the ID of the subnet here, one of these subnets, right? Because remember, the style of scripting is depending on tags. The goal here, we want to be precise. We want to be we want this to be as simple and easy to manage. And we using tags, very important, because a lot of times you see consoles with no tags, no names. Yes, it may make sense if you're the one working on it, it may make sense to you, but it's hard for anybody else coming after that, because labels, we all work well with labels. This is a subnet that we get. Then we have the description, we describe it, right? The prefix list gets a name. We make sure that's the name of the prefix list. Tag it, we give it a name as a region. So that's the name of our prefix list, network dev1_public. We add entries, and now this time we are adding the CIDR of availability zone B. So we have two zones. We are always working with two zones. That is the method and design that I choose. You may want to add more. It really is up to you, but for me, two is enough. So then we're creating more prefix lists. I like to create our, prefix lists for the RFC 1918. I can reuse this anywhere all day long. And we're creating more prefix lists. Then here, being lazy is really creating one. Of course, this is the easiest thing to reference, but I created one I call the default, which I will reference all the time. And maybe I may want to change this when I'm playing around. I may want to break something on purpose. Maybe this will become useful at some point, but I have made one more entries being added to the prefix list for my internet list. So I'll leave that up to you. If you're curious, you can definitely look them up to see what they are. So make sure you edit this. I'll show you how to do that. We'll go over that, no worries. And here is just a placeholder, just in case you may want to remove or use this particular section. It's up to you. But for the most part, everything we need is there, right? If I come back here to the main page, I am going to come down all the way down to where we need to clone. So let me copy that. Let's go to the command line. Very good. If I do this, you have to be at the same location where you have the other script. And now I just downloaded the prefix list. Now we'll CD. Here we are. We are now inside this particular folder. We are going to edit the configuration file. Make sure you change this to your source IP address. This could be your home address, the IP address that you need so that you can have access. You can easily edit this, replace them with yours. It's fine. Now we will deploy a prefix list in US East 1 and US West 2. So I come back here to the console. Yes, we do have our VPC, right? I'm in US East 1. I'll go over to US West 2. I do have a VPC. I do have subnets. If I come down to Managed Prefix Lists, which this is what we're working on today, you can see here we have the Amazon Managed, AWS Managed Prefix List. They're there. Our custom prefix lists are not there yet. Same thing in the East. Same thing here. We have this one here. It's fine. But you can see we have everything else there. So now we'll deploy. Here we are at the command line, and we are going to deploy our prefix list. So we are now deploying the prefix list. I'll go to the console. Let's see what's happening here. So as you can see there, we have some prefix lists that were built. Let's go to US West 2. Here we have one created. We go back to US East 1. We have more being created. So I'll take some time here, let it run, and then we'll come back to see what has been created. All right, here we back. The prefix lists have been deployed in the console in US West 2. We have the default route prefix list, network dev1 underscore private. We have one for the public. We have our SSH from the public. We have the RFC 1918. So all of our prefix lists are here. Let me go over to US East 1. RFC 1918 is there. The two prefix list name private and public for network dev1. Also there, the default route. Then we have the SSH from the public also there. So everything looks good. We have deployed all of the prefix lists that we intended to deploy. Quick recap, what we've done so far. Yes, we went over the concept of prefix list. Hopefully that made sense to you. We cloned the repository, we downloaded it, and we deployed the prefix list. We verified that they're there in the console. Now, the very last part is to really delete them because we want to make sure that the script that does delete all the prefix list, it's working for us. First thing I quickly want to glance over, very simple. All right, now it's time for us to test the deletion script. Now we are going to delete what we deployed. This is to test the deletion script. I'm going to use it now. Now we are deleting prefix list. You can see here now the ones that we cannot delete because they have dependencies. You can see there. You can see all the prefix lists were removed in Oregon. In US East 1, same thing. The only one that's left is this one, which cannot be deleted. And we have this message, which I always disregard. It is not impacting anything. And life is good. Went over the concept. We cloned the repository. We deployed the prefix list. We verified that we can deploy them and they're there. And then we deleted the prefix list. This is pretty much it. So hopefully this is something that is obviously different. We are slowly building a network infrastructure as code. What we're doing, we're taking a modular approach. So we are not all over the place. We are not putting everything into one central place, right? We're decoupling our infrastructure and deploying it in a modular fashion. So this is how we have more control over the infrastructure and also making it easy for us to manage. So today we deployed prefix lists. And again, thank you for the support on this journey. For those of you who are coming back, checking, seeing what I'm up to and what I'm doing. So thank you again for that. Until next time, stay focused, stay curious. Salut.